Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk to you about a question that we get asked a lot about here at the dealership about what is to be upside down on a vehicle. Well, the answer is pretty simple, and a lot of people don't understand what is to be upside down on a vehicle. To be upside down on a vehicle means that, for example, if you owe $25,000 25,000 on your vehicle, and a dealership or an agency would only pay 20,000 20,000. That means you're left with a $5,000, called $5,000 negative equity. Okay, so if you're looking at a vehicle that is worth $35,000, that means that you are going to add $5,000 on top of that. So now we're going to be asking the bank for a $40,000 loan, which in most cases, if your credit is not good enough, the banks will absolutely say no, or they will ask you for a $5,000 down payment, plus possibly taxes, title, and license. So generally, you will have to put a $5,000 deposit, but that really is going to pay for your negative equity. Now, the way to take care of that is to find a vehicle. In this case, if you find a vehicle that is selling for $35,000, you need to find one that has anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 refund or rebate. Okay, so we're gonna have a rebate of $5,000. Now that will leave you with $30,000. Okay, that will leave you with $30,000 on the vehicle. Okay, so you follow me so far? Now, if you find that, that means that the $5,000 that you're negative will be wiped off or paid off by the rebate. So you end up asking the bank for 100% of the loan, which would be $35,000. So you're no longer going to be adding up any negative equity on top of a positive equity or a real value of a vehicle. So the best way to get out of a negative equity situation is by finding a vehicle that has the equal amount of your negative equity on rebate. So that is one way of explaining that, or coming out of negative equity. In most cases, the reason why you have negative equity, it's because you added on different stuff to the vehicle, or your credit was not so good at the beginning when you acquired the vehicle, or you paid more for the vehicle at the time of purchasing. So let's say, for example, you go to a dealership that does bad business, which in this case, here at Runcraft, we're a dealership that we do not do that type of business because of our Sonic price. Our Sonic price is a very fair, and I find a very, very good way of doing business because the Sonic starts you off at MSRP. MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price of a vehicle. Therefore, Sonic price is the fair market value of identical vehicles in the market area. So Sonic will sell you a vehicle at MSRP or below. Most of the cases, most times, and it's very common here at Ron Craft, it's a very common practice for us to give you upfront. We'll give you MSRP minus rebate minus discount all at once without holding back all that hold back and all the other stuff that dealerships used to do in order to make money. All that stuff is, we don't practice that here. And you'll find it very, very interesting, very nice to do business with us. So I recommend that if you're in a situation where you are on a negative equity situation, you come by and see me. My name is Jesse, and I'm here every day from 9 to 9, every day, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday through Saturday. I'm off on Tuesdays, but I recommend you come by and see me. We can sit down and discuss what your situation is. As I said in videos before, you will need an assessment. Always is a good idea for you to have an assessment as far as your credit is concerned. What can you buy with your credit? Because in most cases, people walk into a dealership and the first thing they start doing is they start looking at vehicles and they find one they like, and then unexperienced salespeople, they land you in that vehicle, they get you hopes all, they get you all hyped up, and then at the end you walk out of the dealership angry because you didn't get the vehicle that you found that you wanted. And the problem is that you didn't do your needs assessment. You didn't find out exactly what you could get with your credit. Especially if you have a vehicle on a loan right now. It's very important for you to sit down with the salesperson and really go through everything, starting with the appraising your vehicle, see how much your vehicle is worth, see how much you owe to the bank, and then how much money you got to put down. Do you have any? Do you not have any? How much can you buy with the credit that you have, your credit rating that you have now? All of that is very, very important for you to understand and for you to know before you go out there on the lot and spend an hour or two looking for a vehicle just to find out you cannot get it. And that is a very, very important step to take when you go buy a vehicle, to find out exactly what you can afford credit-wise. If you don't do that, you more than likely you will be upset at the time when you're signing a contract. You're gonna find out that something is not to your liking or to your satisfaction because you just landed in the wrong vehicle. Sometimes you land in the wrong vehicle can cost you a lot of money. It'll cost you money at the end because if you know exactly what you can afford based on your credit, you can go directly, you can go exactly to that vehicle where you can save a lot of money. So, it's very important. You can call me at 713-371-6008, 713-371-6008, and we can make an appointment for you to come in. Come in and we can discuss all these points that need to be addressed before you get into a vehicle. Now, there's another situation in which first-time buyers. I would like to make another video about it because it's a very broad situation. I had a gentleman earlier. He came in, and he had a really, really very good credit score, a 730 credit score. The problem was that he never had bought a vehicle before. He had a perfect credit score, but never had a car credit history. He was demanding to get a 0% for 5 years, and he was not having it. He wanted 0% for 5 years, and he just got stuck to the idea because he thought that just by having a perfect score on your credit that means that you can buy a vehicle at 0% or getting the lowest APR available, which is to an extent is almost expected that you would. But when it comes to the bank looking at that type of credit, you must have car credit. If you're looking at a car, you do need to have car credit in order to demonstrate that you can make your notes on time, that you can sustain an expense of having a vehicle without defaulting on that loan. Because remember, you're the collateral that you're putting in for a 30, 40, $50,000 loan, it depreciates. So it's not like a house. It's a house you can get a loan for $100,000 and get a very low APR, and it'll be a fixed APR. Not in the case of a car. You have to have car credit in order to qualify for that type of credit, for that type of interest rate. 0%, 5 years is the norm. You get 0%, 60 months with perfect credit all the time. You can do it, but you must have had credit before. It doesn't matter if it's a small car, so small loan, but as long as it's a vehicle and you've had car credit in the past, you are able to qualify for that. Now you must have a really good credit score now. Usually what banks look at is 680, 680 on above, 700, 800 beacons. A beacon is your credit, overall credit, credit score. Um, and I can go and show you on another video what it takes for you to be able to get into a 0% APR, 0% interest, 5 years, and still be able to capture all the rebates and get everything that is you can possibly get to save on a vehicle. Um, Another point is on used vehicles. And I will make another video on that. Loans on a used vehicle. Used vehicles usually have a little bit of higher interest rate, even with good credit. The more miles the vehicle has, the higher the interest rate tends to be, because the collateral is not a good collateral. Let's say it's already depreciated, and it's going to keep depreciating as time goes by. So on a high mileage vehicle, you can always expect to have short terms, 36 months, 48 months at most, and is if with bad credit, it's a bad idea to get into a used vehicle loan. If you have bad credit, the best thing you can do is try to get a brand new vehicle with a lot of rebate. So if you have no credit, or if you have bad credit, the best thing for you to do is find a new vehicle with rebates, because that'll put you on a right path to good credit, to reestablish credit, and to not be upside down as much as you would if you get into a used vehicle. I had my own personal experience. I went to CarMax, a place where I'll never ever step foot again. I went to CarMax, got stuck on a car back in the day when I had no experience whatsoever on buying a car. I got into a $19,000 loan at 18% on a used vehicle. To me, it was a very good deal because I had never bought a vehicle before. I thought it was great that they were giving me credit, but I later found out that the vehicle that I bought, it was a Dodge Avenger, which at the time it was only worth about $9,000. So CarMax sold me a vehicle $10,000 above what the actual retail value of that vehicle was. On top of that, they gave me 18%. I just got big time screwed because that was horrible to get out of that situation. Um, and by all means, if I knew how to get out, how not to do that now, I would always, and I'd recommend for you to do this. If you're watching this video, if you have bad credit and somebody's willing to give you credit, try to go for a new vehicle. Even though it's not a vehicle that you like, but if it means that you're gonna save money, you're gonna establish credit, you're gonna reestablish credit, you're not gonna lose money at the end, because by the time 3 years roll around, if you're buying a car with 50,000 miles, by the time 3 years roll around, you've already put 36,000 miles additional to that vehicle. So when you turn around and trade it in, that car is not gonna be worth anything. Or if it is, it's gonna be worth very little. Plus, you're gonna find yourself with the paying all the interest up front when you are going to trade in. So do yourself a favor, do me a favor, come on, bring me your business. Let me sit down with you, explain to you how to get into a new vehicle loan, how to reestablish your credit. There's many ways that you can go about reestablishing credit, acquiring a vehicle, and it's hard to believe as it sounds. It's very easy to get into a new vehicle because banks, especially manufacturers, are more willing to give you a loan on a vehicle with 0 miles. And there's usually more rebates, there's more incentives, there's more available rates for people who are trying to establish credit, reestablish their credit. There's more willingness on the part of the banks to give you a loan on a brand new vehicle than on a used vehicle. And it also helps to always have a little bit of a down payment. Usually about $1,000. If you do not have any type of credit at all, but you have a good job, you will need a cosigner, of course. But with $1,000 down on a $20,000 car, you can rest assured in 1 year's term, you can turn around, bring that vehicle back, have built up some equity on it, and still have a vehicle that is worth something. So when you trade it in, you're not going to be in a situation where you are going to lose. So again, my phone number is 713-371-6008. My name is Jesse. You can call me. That's my cell phone. Call me at the office, 281-421-3883. That's my extension here in the office. And I'm here Monday through Saturday, except on Tuesdays. I'm here Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Later I will make a video and I will explain to you the process of buying a truck, the process of buying a first-time vehicle. Okay, so thank you for watching, and again, my name is Jesse. 713-371-6008. Thank you. Have a good day.